Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley. I am 23 years old and I lost 30 pounds using Herbalife and calorie counting in 2 months, and I have successfully maintained it for 10 months. So as you can tell by the title of this video, today we are going to talk about how to stay on track and how I stay motivated, or how I stay on track. So staying on track for me before was not easy at all. Like, I always just would go on track. I would be on track for a little while, and then after something would happen where I would have to eat like bad, or I would just be like, you know what, like I just want to go eat McDonald's or Taco Bell. It was usually Taco Bell. And I would eat it, and then I would be like, well, I just ruined it already, so I might as well just eat it all. And then I would just continue to just eat like poop, and I would eat everything and anything, and I would just ruin it. And then you feel like crap about yourself, and it's an awful cycle that I was in for many, many years. So this time around, I don't know like what made me feel more motivated in the beginning and what made me stay on track in the beginning, other than I hadn't been like my normal weight range for a long time and I just was sick of it. But what has kept me on track this long and what has kept me motivated this long is not even motivation, to be honest. The main reason, sorry, I have my notes written down. So if you see me looking over, I'm looking at my notes. But the main reason that I think I have seriously stayed on track this time, and like it doesn't even feel like I'm on track, off track, I just do the same things over and over again, is consistency and habits. So those are the two things that are really big for me that I never had before, and now I do. So I've been doing this for a year, and literally I do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over every day. It's just like going to work. You do the same thing every day. You wake up probably around the same time every day. You do the same things before you go to work probably, and then you go to work and probably do very similar things. If you hear background noise, my puppy is playing, and it's just gonna be what it's gonna be. But habits really make it easy. Like, I know we all hear about habits, like people are like, oh, you have to form different habits. You have to form different habits. And when you don't have like the healthiest habits, it kind of feels like that's kind of just something people say. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but before I was just like, yeah, habits, I get it. Like, in my mind, the habits were just eating healthy foods and just not saying no to bad foods, that sort of thing. But really what it is when you do something for so long, it really does become like second nature. And I've never been here before until now, so it's kind of hard to explain it because you don't understand it, I think, until you actually get to the point where you wake up one day and you're just like, I don't even have to think about it. Like, I just do this, and I want everybody to be there. That's part of the reason I made this channel, is like, I understand where you guys have been, like where you may be right now. I've been there. Like, I understand like how awful you feel when you wake up in the morning and you're like, I just ruined everything because I ate 8 million pieces of Taco Bell, because that's what I would be doing. I'd get everything off the menu and eat it by myself at Taco Bell. And then you wake up the next morning and your like blood sugar's all out of whack, so you're just like, I'm about to do it all over again because I can't even think about eating healthy. So really making that, like, in the beginning, it might be hard, because in the beginning, yes, you do have to say no to things, because in order to form those habits and in order to become consistent, you have to say no in the beginning. In the beginning, it gets easier with time. Like, I swear to you guys, it gets easier with time. Like, at this point, being in a year into this journey, like, I don't want to say it's always easy, because there are definitely times where like the girls bring food into work and I'm like, oh, like I really want that. And I could have it if I wanted it. I could fit it into my calories. But I know for me personally, having my habits and eating the same things that I eat on a regular basis is what makes me feel the best, what makes me be able to maintain my weight the best. And it's just what I do now. So habits are like a big deal to staying on track. Like, in the beginning, you have to say no to things, but after a while, it's just like you don't even feel like sad or anything about saying no to it, because you're just used to it. Another thing that helps me stay on track is having 3 things that no matter what happens in the day, you do. So Number one for me is no matter what happens during the day, no matter how bad my day is, no matter how awful it is, I get some type of movement in. That does not mean that I'm going hardcore in the gym if I have the worst day on the planet, like if something detrimental happens. It doesn't mean that I'm going hardcore in the gym. It means that I'm getting some type of movement in. So for me personally, I get at least 10,000 steps in a day. So granted, if something really crazy happens and I can't get exactly 10,000 steps, then okay, I can't get 10,000 steps, but I'm getting some type of movement in that day. It doesn't matter if I am stuck at a hospital and I'm walking up and back and forth for 20 minutes, I'm doing it. And if I get home Fridays, I work at a bank, so Fridays I am there all like until later. So Fridays I don't usually have like a workout, but I'll come home and I'll be walking around the house a lot to try and get my steps back, to get my steps up. Or I'll be walking around the office. On Fridays I usually do more like pacing around the office to try and get my steps up. So my number one rule that I never, ever don't do is I do some type of movement. My second one is I always get my water in. If you guys have watched some of my other videos, you know water's not a thing for me. It's not hard for me to get my water in. I have this big jug and I drink like literally, I'm not even joking, 6 to 8 of these a day. Water's not hard for me. For my body weight, I would need just one of these, but I drink a lot. But it doesn't matter that it's not hard for me. It's still something that I do every single day. I get my water in. And then the third thing is I always have some type of shake. So in the beginning, it was always my Herbalife shake was my breakfast. And now what I've been doing is I have my Premier again with my espresso, with my espresso, and I mix those, and that's my breakfast. So in one meal of the day, sorry, I'm like sitting in my kitchen and it's so windy outside and it sounds like the door's opening and it makes me scared. It sounds like someone's outside, but there's not. It's just the wind. So basically, like what I'm saying is I replace one meal with a shake, which I still, like I've told you guys before, I get like 1,700 to 2,000 calories a day. So it's not like I'm like replacing a meal to get less calories in the day. It's just that's what works for me and that's what keeps me on track because I like to eat food. So if I can eat my breakfast and not use like that many calories on breakfast, then I have more calories throughout the rest of the day. So those are my 3 habits. You need to come up with your own 3 habits that will keep you on track even if you have a really crappy day. Like there's 3 things that is going to set you up for success. So even if everything else in your day goes wrong, 3 things are going to keep you at the minimum. Like anything you do on top of that is just like the icing on the cake. You know what I mean? So for me, like I said, movement, water, and a shake. Those 3 things that even if I like am iffy on the rest of the day, like iffy on my food choices, or even if I go a little over on my food, it doesn't matter because I did those 3 things that will set me up for success. So before, what I would do, if I had a crap day, everything went out the window. My water, not really, because I would still drink water, but not as much as usual. My movement, there was no movement going on. If I had a bad day, I'd be on the couch when I got home, which you can still do that, but get some type of movement in. And food, right out the window. I'd be at Taco Bell. So I have 3 rules that I never deter from. Do it even when you don't want to do it. I know everybody says this, and I know when you're in the mindset where, well, if you eat one cookie, then now you're going to eat everything because you just messed up your diet. I've been there so many times and for so many years in my life, so I get it. But honestly, do it even when you don't want to. So if you're in your beginning of your weight loss journey, you have to say no to things. It's just the fact of the matter, because your mindset is not strong enough yet. I mean, you know you better than I know you. But for me personally, in the beginning, my mindset was not strong enough to be able to say yes to one cookie and then not eat the whole jar. So in the beginning, you have to say no to things, like I already said, but you have to do it even when you don't want to do it. Even when you're on your period, sorry for TMI, but even then, you have to say no in the beginning. And if you wake up one day and you don't want to work out, do it anyway. I know everybody says it, but it's the truth. It's what got me where I am today. I did it even when I didn't want to do it. Another thing that really helps me stay on track and helps me stay motivated, and I think has gotten me to the point I am now, is I repeat meals a lot. So my breakfast is literally always the same. It's a shake, some kind of shake, every single day, and coffee. So my breakfast never really like ever changes. Like even on the weekend, like I just like, I know I feel better when I have my shake. And like I said, I have my 3 rules that I never deter from. So I just have my shake for breakfast. That's pretty much my breakfast every single day. Then like lunches, I have like a couple lunches that I like have used since the last year. And what I basically do is like for a solid like month, maybe 2 months, I eat the exact same meal. I'm the type of person who could eat literally the same thing every day and I'd be perfectly content. My boyfriend's not like that, so I have to make different meals, but I still, different dinners, I mean, but I still have like a few dinners that I keep on rotation that I use like monthly, like we eat like the same things, but I just switch it up so he has a little variation. But for me personally, like my lunch is the same usually, my breakfast is the same, my snacks are the same. I have some like, you know, maybe one day I'll have Cheetos for my snack and then the next day I'll have like popcorners or something like that. But for the most part, I eat a lot of the same foods, and that has really kept me on track too. I'm sorry, you have to see how cute my dog is. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. Look at him. He was just sitting here looking at me like, Mommy, why are you not playing with me, Mom? Why are you not playing with me, Mom? I couldn't tell. He just knocked my phone out my hand. But what I was saying was I was mopping over there. That's why the mop's out. But he's just so cute, and he just wants my attention. So you guys need to see how cute he is. And he's going to eat my notes. Okay, we're not doing that, Dookie. We're not going to do that. Say bye. Say hi, YouTube. He's so tired. He had daycare all day. He's so tired. Okay, so I forget exactly where I was, but repeat foods, yeah. That really helped me. I eat like very similar things every single day. I do change it up a little bit, but I have very similar things pretty much every single day. My next tip to helping you stay on track and motivated is to eat things you like and do movements that you like. So for me, every single thing that I eat every single day, I love. If it is not something that I like, I'm not eating it because I'm not wasting my calories. And why would you be eating something that you don't like? It is your life. So for the longest time, I would eat things that I didn't really love because, sorry, I'm watching my dog because I don't want him to do something he's not supposed to do. I would eat things that I didn't necessarily love because I thought, well, they're good for me and that's what's going to help me lose weight and that's the most important thing on the world. No, you can lose weight with eating things you like. Like I said a couple minutes ago, I eat Cheetos every single day. I have Oreos for dessert. That's not all I eat. I eat tons of fruits and vegetables, and I eat a lot of lean protein and protein shakes and stuff. So I eat a lot of healthy food, but I also really love the healthy food. Like I said before in previous videos, I love fruits and vegetables. So I love what I eat. And you can lose weight with eating what you love. You have to just do portion control. And you can't have everything you love in the same day or maybe everything you love in the same meal, but you can have it. Like I promise you. And the movement doesn't have to be, sorry, my oven just preheated, making dinner. But you don't have to do movement that you hate. Like if you hate Zumba, don't do Zumba. If you hate lifting weights, you don't have to lift weights. I would suggest lifting weights like twice. If you hate it, then at least do it twice a week. Just, you need to keep your muscle. But don't be doing things you absolutely hate. If I just kind of feel like I don't want to do anything, then I'll walk. And you're still getting movement in. You can still burn a good amount of calories. You can watch YouTube videos or Netflix while you're on the treadmill walking and you're still getting movement in. Do things you like. It's your life. You have to live your life. And then, like I've been saying, consistency, consistency, consistency. I'm at the point in this journey where I've been doing it for a year, which in the grand scheme of things really isn't that long. But as probably most of you know, in dieting, I don't feel like I'm on a diet at all, but lifestyle changes, all that. Consistency and doing consistent things for a whole year is a big deal. So doing the same things that I've been doing from a year ago to now has gotten me to where I am. Consistency, consistency, consistency. You have to be consistent. Consistent. So like the next thing that I'm going to talk about is having a treat meal. So this is part of being consistent. So I allow myself one treat meal, not cheat day, not treat day, treat meal a week. It's Saturday night, me and my boyfriend go out, me and my friends go out, me and my parents go out. It doesn't matter who goes out with me. We are going out on Saturday night and I'm getting what I want to eat. I don't go all in. I don't binge anymore, but I used to be a hardcore binge eater. I do not binge anymore. I don't like the feeling I feel when I binge. I have to say, it took me a couple months to get over that binge cycle because from the very beginning, I let myself have a treat meal on Saturday nights. In the beginning, I probably would overeat. I don't overeat anymore because like I've said, I've been doing it for a year. I know how good I feel on a regular basis, and I can realize how bad I truthfully felt. Oh gosh, my dog, hold on. I can now truthfully understand and I feel the difference that I feel now versus before. So I have my treat meal. I'm consistent with it. Every single week, I have one treat meal. Now that I'm in maintenance, sometimes if there's a special occasion that pops up or something, maybe I'll have one, maybe I'll have two, but I'm very consistent with it. I have one a week, and then the rest of the week, I am on track. I am very real with myself. So now, I wasn't always, but now, if somebody offers me something and it's I don't know, lunchtime on a Tuesday afternoon, and they're like, do you want a donut? I used to be like, oh, but they're asking me if I want a donut. Yeah, I want a donut. No, you're not having that donut on Tuesday because guess what? Saturday is your day. You're not your day, your night. Saturday night, you get to have it. So you don't need it the rest of the week. This is just what works for me. You don't have to do it the way that I do it. I'm just trying to share how this worked for me and how I've stayed on track. And honestly, I don't feel like I need that kind of stuff, those bad for you foods during the week and any other time except for Saturday because I actually love what I eat. Like I said before, you have to love what you're doing and what you're eating because that's what's going to make it work. And then last but not least, you have to be kind to yourself. And you have to be easy on yourself sometimes. You need to be hard on yourself sometimes, and you need to be easy on yourself sometimes. And you have to figure out an in-between, when you have to be hard on yourself and be no, you're not having that cookie. You're done, girl. Sis, come on, no. And you have to understand when you have to be you know what? You had a really, really good week. You're allowed to have dinner with your boyfriend on Saturday night. There's just certain times, and if something really, really bad happens in your family or something, okay, you have to be kind to yourself. I said, I think in a previous video, we recently had a death in the family, and I stayed on track because I said me eating isn't going to bring that person back. So why would I be doing that? Because in the past, that's what I would do. But now I understand. I'm that's not going to do anything. So I stayed on track for the most part, but I wasn't hard on myself when it was a Friday and it was the luncheon for the viewing or for the funeral, and I ate Italian food. I wasn't hard on myself. Okay, that's understandable. But then the rest of the day, I was on track. It wasn't that whole day was thrown out the window. No, I was on track the rest of the day. So you just have to and that's the part of the treat meal. Get right back on track the next day. If you have your Saturday night out with your significant other or your friends or yourself, or just by yourself, girl, I don't care. But if you have your treat meal on Saturday night, then Sunday morning, you are right back to your normal. Bringing it back to the consistency. Sunday morning, you're right back to it. You're doing your normal things, at least your 3 things that you stick to every single day, and you're right back to it. So I know I was a little harsh in some of this business that we talked about today, but honestly, that's what got me to where I am today, and I love my life now, and I love where I'm at, and I actually absolutely love everything that I do every single day. I love what I eat every single day. I love how I move every single day. I'm genuinely a happier person, and I want to help other people understand like what I kind of have found the last year. But yeah, so I hope you guys really liked that video. If that helped you, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have something that helps you stay on track that you think would help other people or even help me, comment below and let us know what helps you stay on track and what helps you stay motivated. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.